So I'm a witch. I practice chaos magic, which is a specific area.
Hey everybody, how are you doing? Hey, welcome to the new Through the Black channel. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up if you like this content and you want to share it with somebody else. That helps us out as well. We are halfway to our next goal of 300 subscribers. And we want to go a lot further than that, obviously, and we need your help to do it. So we appreciate it when you share it, tweet it out, put it out on Facebook, whatever you do to get it out. Thank you so much. So guys, I did an interview last Saturday. I went to the Pagan Pride Festival. We did several interviews, and this is an interview with a witch named Ginger. So I hope you pay attention to this and listen to what is said here. I went up there to get information. I wanted to hear from the people, the pagans at the Pagan Pride Festival, what they believe, okay? And I did several interviews. I wanted them to represent themselves. I don't want to misrepresent them. We're going to be talking about these things in the coming weeks, okay? I don't know. I was taken aback a few times during these interviews, especially when these witches who practice chaos magic were not really alarmed by the dangers of what they're getting involved with. So anyway, yeah, you'll hear Ginger talk about just chaos magic and you know, some consequences to that. Okay, and just some other things. I just kind of want to put this video out there unedited. I want to hear what you have to think. I wanted to do the interview in this way because I want us to remember that these people are human, okay? And just like you or me have been redeemed, this person can be redeemed, okay? I believe that with all my heart. I don't believe they're too far out of the reach of the Lord, okay? I don't think that there's anything to be afraid of when it comes to these people. There's nothing for Christians to be afraid of, okay? So we shouldn't be afraid to talk to them, to engage them, to ask them questions. You know, I asked them a few questions there, and there was a lot more that I wanted to ask. It wasn't the greatest environment to do it. I would love to sit down and have conversations with some of these people and see what they have to say and elaborate on some other things. I didn't get real deep there because it wasn't a place where you could get real deep. And we just kind of ask some surface things. But again, I want to hear what you have to say, so please leave a comment and tell me what you think about this. What would your response be? What do you think about chaos magic? Have you heard of chaos magic before? Okay, we're going to be talking about it on the show in the coming week, Vicky, Joy, and I. So make sure you tune into that again right here on the new Through the Black channel. Guys, thanks for everything, and here is my interview with Ginger. So I'm with a website called Real Dark News,
okay.
And we're coming out here just kind of finding out what's going on. Pagan Pride Day in Cleveland. Now, is this happening all around the country?
No. Cleveland Pagan Pride has been here in Cleveland for 13 years annually. Even during the pandemic, we went online.
Okay.
We started with one afternoon back 13 years ago, and we're now 3 days.
Okay.
Friday evening, Saturday, Sunday. We have about 6,000 people over the weekend coming through. So we're considered to be the largest pagan pride in the country.
Okay.
There are other pagan prides, different places, when locally they want to do it.
Right. So if somebody comes to the Pagan Pride festival here? What are they going to see?
They are going to see various speakers talking about all sorts of different pagan-related, pagan-adjacent things. They're going to see, we got 50 vendors, and our vendors are juried. So it's not 50 tables selling stuff that you could buy at the local flea market. It's all original, all new, and it's different because we make sure we don't have a lot of repeats.
Okay.
Music all day. We've got Wendy Rule and Brinjal Band are here this year with us, as well as local acts all day long, today and tomorrow. Drumming circles, and just a bunch of cool people hanging out being cool.
Okay. Great. So what has you been here? Is it been in this spot for a few years?
Yes, it's been at Bedford Square for 13 years.
So has there been any resistance with you guys being here?
Early on, there were a couple of protests kind of things, and they would come down and kind of stand there on the sidewalk outside, not quite sure what to do, and then they would go away. We've never had disruption. We've never had any real problems, which has been nice. And any individual problems that we've had, it's been individuals that disrupt places. You know, not protests or anything. People that come in drunk or disorderly kind of thing, and we escort them out if we need the police. We've got arrangements with the local police.
Right. So your name's Ginger. How? I guess I want to ask, could you share with us what your belief is? You know, I mean, it's called pagan, but I understand there's people of all different beliefs here.
Pagan is like a big umbrella. Let me get that out of my ear so I'm not listening to. Pagan is like a big umbrella. So I'm a witch. I practice chaos magic, which is a specific area. We've got Wiccans, we've got other kinds of witches, we've got heathens and Vikings. We've got people who practice hoodoo and voodoo and all sorts of other esoteric paths.
Now, do you ever have any, I don't know, because I'm asking, is there any kind of infighting where people are doing curses or rituals against each other? Because you're talking about a bunch of different types of, you know?
Not really. I mean, that kind of stuff does happen where people, you know, go to war with each other kind of thing. We've not really had that kind of problem here. You know, occasionally we get a cranky vendor that you know is acting cranky, but it's not a big deal kind of thing. We all get along, and we're here to get along.
So, can you just, as much as you want to, explain what chaos magic is?
Okay, chaos magic says there aren't any rules, which doesn't mean there aren't consequences. Okay, if I do something and it breaks the law, or it violates certain spiritual principles, I may get feedback. You know, chaos magic, I could run down the road naked. Bedford police will probably arrest me. Okay, because there's like laws against that. But I work with various gods and goddesses. I work with various powers. I use different kinds of rituals. I use forces like, we don't have some of the deep roots in America with some of the different pantheons, like the Greeks and the Celtic pantheons. People put a lot of attention and energy into Marvel superheroes. I've worked with some different Marvel superheroes, that energy that's out there, that archetypal energy. You know, some of the American symbols, Uncle Sam and Lady Liberty and like that. I've done magic with some of them.
So when people, I don't know how I want to explain this, but maybe when people give something their attention, it maybe creates energy.
Yes.
When you go looking for something, it shows up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So let me ask you this, because there's no shortage of maybe like testimonies or websites out there of when people engage something dark, and then there's spiritual consequences. Does that concern you at all? Just like the, you know, maybe the darkness out there. I'll give you, you know, a basic example. Kids playing with a Ouija board, and then it goes wrong, and then there's some kind of harassment or something like that.
Things can happen when people are inexperienced. I find a lot of those are choking Doberman stories. You know, that old urban legend about the person that comes home and their Doberman's choking, and they find out that it's got 2 fingers, and there's a bad guy bleeding to death in the house. That's been circulating since 1960 something. I'm older than I possibly look. Okay, and there's a bunch of urban legend kind of stories like that.
Right.
So kids playing with a Ouija board, I doubt it.
So, okay, speaking of urban legends and those kinds of things, where does the satanic element come out? Because Satanism in the last few years has really emerged.
Yeah.
With groups like the Satanic Temple, there's other groups out there.
Right.
Are there Satanists that show up to things like this?
Oh yeah, I'm sure there are.
Okay.
I know some Satanists. A good friend of mine's a Satanist, but just moved to California.
Okay.
But yeah, I know people that are Satanists. There are some Satanist groups that do Satan worship, but mostly, like the Satanic Temple, they promote atheism.
Right.
Okay, they don't worship Satan. It's a name, it's a concept.
Like LaVeyan Satanism, similar.
Correct, yes.
Right.
So they've got some concepts that they teach about learning and understanding and taking your own power. But they're not like calling up demons or anything like that.
Right. Well, awesome. I wanted some information, and you were the right person to talk to. Ginger, right?
Yes, Ginger.
Okay. Hey, thank you so much. I'm Tom, and we're gonna edit this stuff, and we want to meet some more people.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
okay. Thank you
we
so
got great
much.
people here.